Today, I like to say about the life history of a Avaduta or jeevanmuktha. His name is Sheshadri Swamigal. Most part of his life he spent at a place called Tiruvannamalai in Tamil Nadu. Tiruvannamalai is a holy place. There is a famous Shiva Parvati temple. A lot of sannyasis used to come there and they get mukti from there. Anyhow, Sheshadri Swamigal was born and brought up at a place called Kanchipuram in Tamil Nadu. Even as a young boy, he used to show miracles. He had a great amount of bhakti from the childhood days onwards. Once there was a festival in one of the temples in his homeland. This mother of Sheshadri took young Sheshadri to attend that festival. And after having darshan of the temple, they were returning back to their house. On the way, either side of the road, there were so many shops also, sometimes in connection with the festival. Anyhow, the young Sheshadri noticed an idol of Krishna in one of the shops. He wanted to get it. He cried for it. At first, Sheshadri's mother protested. He was not in a mood to purchase it. But the young Sheshadri caught hold of that idol and strongly argued for its possession. Later, the mother purchased this idol from the shopkeeper and handed over this to Sheshadri. From the next day onwards, there was a huge collection in that shop. Similar incidences occurred in many parts of Kanchipuram. Wherever he went, wherever little Sheshadri touched articles, there was a transformation. And others got benefited. Shopkeepers and other persons got benefited by it. So they called Sheshadri as a boy with golden hand. In Tamil it is called as Tangakai, Chinnakai, Tangakai. So this is one of the incident. Anyhow, at about the age of 14, he went to Tiruvannamalai. From there, he stayed at Tiruvannamalai till his Samadhi. Now, he grew up there, he was spending there, and he had grown up a little. It was at this time that the arrival of Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi arrived during that period. Ramana Maharshi was a boy, a little boy. He straight away went to a cave and started meditating. It was a deep meditation. Meditation continued for days and days. Nobody noticed Ramana Maharshi. But Sheshadri Swami, he was a very highly powerful man. He was also sitting in meditation with having this meditative power with an intuitive knowledge. He saw, Sheshadri Swami saw with his third vision or third eye this Ramana Maharshi sitting inside a cave. So he thought this should not be continued because the condition of the Ramana Maharshi is becoming worse. The physical condition. Ramana Maharshi was unaware of the surroundings. Mosquitoes came and disturbed him. When he was bitten by mosquitoes, ants and insects, and blood also started oozing out. But he never felt any pain because he was in deep meditation. But Sheshadri Swami thought somehow or other he should save Ramana Maharshi from this danger. Otherwise, he will meet the death or something. A person like Ramana Maharshi has to live long, and because He has taken birth to safeguard the people. So what Sheshadri Swami did, he seeked the help of a Mudaliyar. And with the help of Mudaliyar, this Sheshadri Swami went by the side of Ramana Maharshi and taken him from the cave. And he was bathed, pouring water. He was bathed. He cleaned the body. And only after a long time, he regained consciousness. He has wakened from the meditation. It was such a deep meditation. So this is another important thing done by Sheshadri Swami in his life. And on another occasion, there was drought everywhere. Drought means there was no rain in Tiruvannamalai for months. So the people of Tiruvannamalai were so much affected by this. The entire Tiruvannamalai became dry, and they were in need of water. They cried for water. They cried for rain. So people assembled together and came before Sheshadri Swami and said, Swami, help us, help us. We want water, we want rain. Anyhow, you can do it, you can help us. Please pray for us. So what Sheshadri Swami did? He heard all this from the people and he went in one of the streets. He selected one of the streets and the open street. It was very hot. The sun was shining and it was very hot also. But he didn't take care of that. He selected one of the streets for meditation and he sat on that open street in the stage of Padmasana, in the posture of Padmasana. I closed his eyes and meditated for hours and hours it went. It extended for hours and hours. At last, there were changes in the sky. Clouds started assembling. Clouds were formed. The atmosphere became gloomy and the rain started pouring. It was a very heavy rain. It went on for hours and hours. At last, what happened? The streets were flooded. The tanks became filled. The rivers became filled. Tanks became filled. Everything became filled. And they got sufficient water for several months. By this, Sheshadri Swami ended the meditation and he went away. And thus, he saved the people from danger. And another occasion, one man came, a devotee, came before Sheshadri Swami and said, Swamiji, please teach me meditation. Then Sheshadri Swami said, please sit in front of me. I will show you how to meditate. Imitate me. He closed his eyes and sat in Padmasana with an erect body. He started meditating. The other devotee also did the very same thing. And he continued the meditation. After 1 or 2 hours, the other man opened his eyes and he was really fed up with meditation. When he saw, he had seen this Sheshadri Swami continuing the meditation, but he was not in a position to do so. He ended there and he went away. After several days, he met the Swamiji and asked, why don't you teach me meditation? What can I do? You went away after 1 or 2 hours, but I continued my meditation. I was really teaching you meditation. Meditation is not to be taught. It is a process to be, it is a process which comes automatically. And what I did was meditation. So, all these things I heard from a great spiritual orator in India, especially in South India. He used to do satsangs, and I have attended the satsangs and I heard lectures of his from anywhere. All these things I heard from this great man. I'm not mentioning his name now. He used to tell this in Malayalam, Tamil, and also in English. He was an ardent worshipper of Ramana Maharshi. Anyhow, Sheshadri Swamigal, he used to go naked. Sometimes he lived like a madman. People thought that he's madman. Children thought he is mad. When the trouble starts, he escaped from the crowd, and sometimes he go to the top of the mountain of Tiruvannamalai or in a recluse place for meditation. So great people, great avadutas or jeevanmuktas can perform miracles. Like he was a brahmachari. He was not married. All the time till his samadhi, he spent his time there. He died after a brief illness of, I think, 3 or 4 days. And he was an expert meditator, and he used to help others also. And he learned many things like Vedas and also religious books from the childhood days itself. Even though he didn't have normal academic qualification, he was a well-versed scholar. I had a chance to meet Tiruvannamalai. There, I visited Sheshadri Ashram also. I don't know the present condition of Tiruvannamalai and Sheshadri Ashram. I visited Tiruvannamalai 20 years before. There, it was a small ashram. If you want to stay there, you have to book in advance, and the ashram authorities are giving accommodation, and if possible they give food also. And the Sheshadri Swamigal, as I told you earlier, sometimes he used to go naked, sometimes he used to go, that is the great avadutas live in such a manner. They are not bothered of their body. They are really unaware of their body consciousness. Anyhow, at the old age, he entered Samadhi. I pay a great tribute and honor to Sheshadri Swamigal. Namaste.